Do you think your efforts are diffused within a chaotic, globalized world? You feel as though you are having difficulty but are making every effort, and that what you're doing isn't having an impact. And you start to feel irritated that you're not welcome in a society where focus is ephemeral. It's an event things can be just as unsettling as excruciating, like you were casting your speak into the emptiness, longing for a moment of acknowledgement, only to be welcomed by nevertheless. What if I told you that this is not need to be your reality? What I wish to let you know, that it's feasible to make yourself known so that you can go. Important remnants. Today, we set off on a trip together, where the age-old Stoic wisdom will provide you with the keys that rethink using 9 revolutionary tactics that go beyond the impressions of not only what others think of you, but also shut your eyes and consider yourself and picture yourself entering a room. And the surroundings change instantaneously. The area surrounding you is alive with your vitality, as though having you around sparked that spark that draws others to you. Expectant look in their eyes as you say what you want to say, and don't just record, they draw notice. They start a fire in those that listen to you in their hearts lean in your direction, ready to hear all of your notion, to explore the depths of your considering, and to honor each and every one of your contribution. What you've always done, wanted to let you know that it's possible, attain it, you're deserving of it, and it's yours. Yes, this is a real dream, not just a daydream, a reality you are capable of building with assurance, fervor, and the confidence that the ideas you have are worthwhile. It is possible to become a person who changes the area surrounding you, that motivates others, and leaves a record of expressions that, as time passes, the 9 Stoic. The tactics we'll provide for you will assist you in developing a better, more reputable, and if you've ever had a self-valued presence, felt like a forgotten number in this video is essential for the audience. Consider your time well, escaping and going into a realm of sincere gratitude, additionally self-determination. We set out on our quest, using the first technique, value your time. Time is money, and every minute of it. Are you making prudent investments? Let's do an exercise. Picture a regular workday. You are the right person in the office. To ask for assistance, you have an inbox. The phone is overloaded with texts and emails, and calls. Everything adds up to you turn into a network of assistance for others. But your individual endeavors require as a Serbian once stated, the backseat is not that our time on earth is limited, but that we don't value your time enough. Time isn't something you make yourself distant. It's important to respect yourself sufficiently to give it priority, acknowledging that not every invitation or task requests should be responded to right away. Pay attention before speaking without thinking. Yes, take a moment to consider whether this is when using your time most effectively. Will it add worth to my life, or wear me out and sidetracked from what matters most? Spend a moment observing those. You can notice people near you who carefully decline demands that make no contribution to their own development, typically garner greater respect, which is the strength of appreciating your time. They are not mere players in life, they are the composers who have written their own symphonies. Additionally, recall that one of them valued saying no is not the only use of your time. It's important to esteem yourself while. When you begin to value your time, you send a strong statement to the globe, and most crucially, you tell yourself, I am precious, and right now, my time is precious. Once we've figured out the code for respecting our time, let's proceed to the second strategy, give priority to self-care. Let us see how providing of ourselves can transform our self-worth. Let's explore the significance of looking after oneself. Consider a time when you skipped lunch. to finish a task or skipped a night of take a break to go to another meeting at by day's end, you most likely felt overburdened and worn out. This is a blatant indication that you are placing the putting others' needs ahead of your own is a typical one that we all fall into while setting priorities. Everyone else, with the exception of you, ought to be concerned about. Make time for yourself. You consider the sage advice of Marcus Aurelius. It doesn't take much to enjoy a joyful life since everything is inside you. As you are thinking about this strongly connects with our second approach that highlights the fact that our contentment and wellness stem from within ourselves, not from outside sources. Prioritizing your own needs is not a selfish deed, instead of the understanding that our personal health provides the framework on which you may assist others in imagining a situation where you are there for everyone, no matter what. Continually lending support, a shoulder or an ear in doing so, you may frequently overlook personal requirements, resulting in emotions of exhaustion and decreased effectiveness. Here's where the insight lies of Marcus Aurelius enters the scene by pondering the last time it was time for you to take care of yourself, anything that gave you more energy and gave you serenity in setting priorities. These requirements, whether via hobbies, rest and meditation, are essential, not only does it improve your health, but helps you become more mindful and in giving someone effective. Help requires a pause to consider what self-care signifies, what you mean to you, and how you can equanimity, to assist people by acting as a motivation and direction for those overcoming comparable difficulties. Keep in mind that taking care of oneself is essential to being appreciated by those who share this comprehension. Let's proceed and investigate the following innovative approach to enhance our strategy. Number 3. How we see ourselves. Talk less and listen more is a Stoic instruction that highlights the essential but frequently disregarded idea. Talk less and listen more in our never-ending urge to communicate with each other. We frequently undervalue the impact of silence. This strategy could significantly alter our interactions and connections. Recall an instance when someone who pays attention to you, not simply waiting to express how treasured they are, and realized, how did you feel at the time? Herein lies the power of proactive listening, is a habit that we frequently ignore, and that, beyond just quiet, entails genuinely interacting with what is saying. So fostering a closer bond, the wise Epicurus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 tongue to enable us to hear times as often as we say these phrases." Capture the core ideas of our third approach that emphasizes the significance of attentive hearing in our everyday interactions, that genuine listening entails demonstrating compassion and paying close attention. When we pay attention, we help each other. Someone feels respected and cherished. It is more than just being polite. A significant deed that shows awareness, as well as thinking about how frequently we are consumed in creating our reply when the other one is still. Speaking without capturing the spirit of the active practice of communication. Being completely present is necessary for hearing, abandoning our own plans in order to recognize the viewpoint of another individual. During your subsequent chat, make a deliberate effort to speak and listen more less attention to the mood and feelings of the remarks of the other person. Nod in acknowledgement, provide clarification, and consider what you heard about this strategy. Not only deepens your comprehension, but additionally fortifies your bonds. Take a time to think about a current discussion. Did you listen, or did you wait for your turn to talk? Picture how the exchange may have been. Otherwise, if you had wholeheartedly embraced the listening craft, developing the ability to listen without only strengthens our bonds with one another, but also deepens our comprehension of it, except being real. On the evolution of communication as a good listener is a priceless possession. Let's now proceed to our next tactic, where we'll keep looking into options to increase our worth and visibility via the fourth Stoic lesson. Embrace genuineness in our effort to become more cherished. We frequently ignore a basic fact. Authenticity is our greatest strength. As Epicurus sagely stated, an asset if you wish. Being a good writer requires action. What truly captures your essence? Being genuine involves more than just accepting. Being loyal to who you are is what matters. You are authentic in every circumstance. Oneself sticks out in a world full with just go with the flow of people. Being genuine not only makes you distinct, yet it increases your value in both your private and work lives. Think about how much you say and do arises from the expectations of others, and how being true to oneself entails a lot. Releasing yourself from these outside demands. By living according to your genuine ideas and emotions, this manner of behaving not only makes life better, but also brings trustworthy folks to you and establish greater connections. Your integrity grows stronger. Bonds recall an occasion, maybe during a get-together, where you felt compelled to change your thoughts and interests that align with the current contrast, at a moment when you communicated your genuine self-aware without regard for others' opinions of others, and how freeing was that feeling. Thinking back on these occasions can show the significant effects of genuineness in our daily existence. Being genuine means expressing who you really, a unique persona that nobody else can replicate in. In summary, being authentic involves more than merely making a statement. Requires feeling, being at ease and assured in your identity. This sincerity inspires reverence and makes others respect you more. Let's proceed. Exploring further with the following, a plan to give you more power on this path of introspection and acknowledgement. And number 5, welcomes the art of accepting assistance, a tactic that is frequently disregarded on the way to becoming. It is the art of allowing that is more prized, people to make a difference in your life. Marcus. The great Stoic Emperor Aurelius had this belief in the strength of camaraderie, stressing that humans are designed for collaboration, similar to our hands and feet, rows of the upper and lower eyelids' teeth. This insightful comparison acts as a reminder that asking for assistance is not a symptom of fragility, but a normal and vital component of humans' conversation. Consider a moment when you felt overburdened and pressured at work. Imagine now that a co-worker had stepped in to provide assistance. How would that have been? You experience support, value, and inclusion of a group when we let others assist. Not only do we lessen our personal burdens, but we also encourage a feeling of belonging, and approximately gratitude and accepting assistance can be difficult, particularly for those used to. But independence is only as valuable as you, the chance to assist others. I am grateful for the chance to assist you. Mutual respect fosters a relationship of trust. And fortify these relationships going forward. If someone offers to assist you, it could be think of a tiny chore or a large project. The skill of accepting assistance, confirming that by doing so, you are not just allowing them to experience respected, but you're also creating a network of reciprocal assistance serves as the foundation for a more esteemed and linked life on a professional and personal level, and individually. By accepting the assistance of others, we also discover a lesson on appreciation and humility makes us realize that nobody is an island. Permitting others to participate in our lives enhance both ours and theirs. Keep in mind that being respected goes beyond about your personal capabilities, but also regarding your interactions and connections. Let's move on now with those nearby. To ascertain the sixth strategy, develop serenity. And have you ever felt yourself to be composed in an environment where everything appears to occasionally going wrong? Grasping the skill of remaining composed and at ease is really significant and has its roots in Stoic philosophy. This method is crucial in our attempt to gain greater respect. See a period of time when everything around you was tense, possibly an important meeting operate in an atmosphere of great tension, or a familial circumstance that put you to the test. Patience, when it's our natural state. It may be instinctive to respond rashly. Imagine now, in the heat of the moment. What would it feel like to take a deep breath, sincerely, and select serenity, as opposed to impatience with your poise in such a hot moment? Not only stops further increase in addition to giving you the reverence for and appreciation of those surrounding you, being composed and at ease implies neither being uninterested nor passive, means making a conscious decision. How you react to these kinds of circumstances. Develop serenity and calmness. Self-control is an effective way to show of your inner fortitude and attributes of stability that inevitably draws the esteem and worth of other people coming next. Whenever you're in a tight spot circumstances, bear in mind, Seneca's wisdom utilize the pause's ability as a tool to remain composed and confident in your capacity to calmness under duress, not just impacts the result, but also improves your reputation as a grounded, thoughtful man, someone who provides explanation and clarity to each exchange. As we incorporate this tactic into our daily lives, we get an important lesson regarding the strength of our internal condition, rather than outside noise that characterizes us, but our decision to traverse it using the following tactic. The seventh tip is to use caution as we work to become more Val. We learned the significance of discretion, a fundamental idea in Stoic philosophy, as the sage Epicurus observed. Generally speaking, keep quiet, and if you talk, but only say what is required. This recommendation underlines, in brief, the importance of selecting what to divulge and what to hold private at a social or virtual gathering. When you sense the desire to divulge all of your private life, keep in mind the strength of reserving what you don't have to share. Everything you acquire respect and strength for when you decide to disclose just what is extremely crucial to use. Caution isn't about keeping stuff hidden or acting dishonestly. It's important to value privacy. Use caution of your individual life in a time when oversharing is common. When choosing to maintain certain aspects about you make you stand out. Standing out as a thoughtful and respects their personal space at all times. You have something to share soon. Personally, stop and consider this. Information available to all, or is it this is a precious piece of my inner life? Using judgment not only protects your peace, but it also raises regard for when people practice prudence. It benefits us. Recognize the significance of our inner the globe and the regard it receives from people while we travel. Using our exchanges, let's now investigate the implementing tactic. Stoic secret number, embracing lifelong learning, is number 8. And steady, ongoing expansion, ongoing education are the pillars to be given greater importance and revered, as Seneca points out, as long as continue to learn how to live as you go along. This timeless insight emphasizes the significance of ongoing personal development and adaptability in our daily lives. Consider a period when you encountered a new circumstance posing an external challenge. That could have been in your comfort zone, gaining new knowledge for a job, pastime, or adjusting to a major shift in one's life. What was the experience of taking a step towards the first unknown that there might have been uneasy or unclear? but now that throughout time, these encounters probably resulted in development and a feeling of achievement. Constant learning is more than just learning new information or abilities is regarding changing as a person becomes aware of that the way to better oneself is never-ending, and that each step, regardless of how tiny a step toward a wealthier and higher esteemed oneself, to represent this technique, cultivate a daily learning habit, perusing literature, going to workshops, or enrolling in classes. You not only remain vigilant, but also demonstrate people your dedication to your own development. Professionals inevitably lean toward in the direction of individuals who are ever evolving, while giving off an air of vitality and motivation for your personal development as well. Invites writers to consider their pathways upon witnessing. You embrace new obstacles and learn from them. As we devoted to continuous education, we are not just enhancing our abilities or knowledge, we are improving every aspect of who we are. Ongoing process of development not only increases our worth in the sight of, but also enhances our personal lives, keeping in mind that with intention and meaning, accepting this route of continuous improvement opens doors to the unbelievable. The ninth secret possibility is to keep a sense of secrecy surrounding ourselves. This tactic was greatly impacted by Stoic philosophy, makes us aware of the significance of keeping some details about simultaneously. It's about establishing a depth and mysteriousness that inevitably piques the curiosity of others. When you encounter a new person who does not provide a comprehensive explanation of immediately, doesn't it make sense? Continuous improvement and lifelong learning. You're more intrigued by the same idea. By selecting what information to share with care about who you are, you convey an aura of mystery that piques people's curiosity. Learning about you while retaining a feeling of mystery does not imply secrecy or dishonest, but rather about making choices both when and with what you share. Knowing that some people occasionally have less is greater when sufficient sharing ignites interest while omitting some details. You ask others to participate more fully, with you paying attention to the specifics. You talk about your personal ambitions and successes are allowing your deeds bear more weight than your words. This strategy goes beyond merely how other people view you, but also regarding appreciating and honoring your own story by preserving a feeling of enigma in which you direct your narrative, and how a minor mystery unfolds can vary a great method to increase your sense of worth, and courteously ask others to slant in and pay attention to you when you decide to disclose portions of your narrative. Adopt this course and observe as new respect dimensions and appreciation from folks in the vicinity. You keep in mind that these are not only methods, these are actions that lead to a profound changes in oneself with every technique we use. Give your opinions or encounters with us. Out of which of these techniques that speak to you? Let us know if you now put any of them into practice. Never forget that the voice you use is not only a sound, but rather a strong force that may alter minds and hearts. With your words are resonant rather than lost in space, with profound significance, leaving an enduring imprint on those in your vicinity. I'm grateful for if you're interested in the subject we're talking about today. Please like, and I ask you to proceed with me on the route of development and empowerment that Stoic wisdom provides.